Day 4. Salvage ship The Wretched, flight engineer, Phillip, Sacramento. Yeah, whatever. I haven't heard any more sign of the creature recently. I guess it must be asleep or hibernating or whatever. I do know that it managed to jettison one of the remaining habitat modules on the ship, taking with it some excess food supplies, water, hydroponics bay. Just a few more things I'm gonna have to get used to being without. What terrifies me about it is I don't know how they were able to do it without a command level access code. You know, the locking clamps for these sections, they don't just open and close on a whim. It's not like they're held together with a string that you can cut. Anyway, I haven't made any more headway on the distress signal. I gave it a look over, tried to diagnose the problem, but I don't know, it's deep into the circuitry, and I don't really know my way around that kind of thing. Not too much anyway. I can do basic repairs, but I don't know, I like simple problems. Always have. You know, if something's broken, you weld it together. If something's lost, you replace it. Or if you can't find it, you make some kind of equivalent. Real bodge job, you know. I guess that's how I approach most of my problems. Well, most of them anyway. I found a journal today. I was going through the bodies that I was able to bring onto the lifeboat before I left, including Carter. I don't know, it just felt wrong to leave them like that. I debated for a long time about whether or not I would even open the journal. Carter and I had been, well, we'd been getting close for a while. They were the ship's medic. Great bedside manner. Funny. Always the peacemaker. I had a tendency to bottle up my problems. I never talked about anything. But they had this way of getting past my defenses. But I wanted to give the bodies a proper eulogy and burial, so I took them to an airlock. I tried to make sure it was safe before I went down there. Dragging human bodies is heavier than you think. I got them there and I made to say something meaningful or something human or something to, I don't know. What do you say? What do you say when something like this happens to somebody? It's totally outside the realm of human experience. To die cold and alone at the hands of some thing light years away from anyone or anything that would even carry a memory of who they were. So I had nothing. I couldn't say anything. So I'm sorry, Carter. So I opened the journal because I thought It would be something real, it would be something of them. And I don't know, I guess I felt some of the words in there deserved to be heard by someone. Not just lost to the black. And all it did was made me think of our last conversation together. Oh, we'd been getting pretty close, and we got into an argument. Stupid stuff, you know, the kind of arguments that happen whenever you start to really see the depths of the people that you're with, and they start to inch closer to the sides of yourself that you hide from most people. Anyway, it was a dumb fight. I said things I didn't mean, and every attempt they made to try and diffuse my anger just made me angrier. Every time they tried to make the peacemaker, it just made me want to push them away even more. I guess the bedside manner didn't really help there. I stormed off, and I was in a huff. I just wanted to go and get drunk. So I went and found Mason. Mason was the kind of guy you could get drunk with, and he would never judge you for it. Never look accusingly at you. That, and he told funny stories. I don't know. I just needed to see anybody else at that particular moment in time, and I knew Mason would be there, so. And I got drunk. And then, some hours later, after I was very deep into my cups, they called me. Carter wanted to apologize, wanted to talk things over, and wanted to reassure me that if they'd done anything to upset me, that they wanted to just forget about that argument and just move on. And they wanted me to come back. And of course my pride was so wounded and I was so drunk that I told him I was busy. I told him that the sensor arrays had been on the fritz lately, and I promised that I'd go and have a look at them. See if I could find a loose connection somewhere. I mean, it was the most trivial of trivial jobs. It was the worst lie I could have told. And to Carter's credit, I think if they knew it was a lie, they didn't show it. I don't know whether that's beautiful or sad. And then that was the last I heard from Carter before. Now I'm sitting here with Mason's combat rifle. It's not even loaded. It's a piece of junk. I wouldn't know how to fire it anyway. I never did weapons training. Best I can do with it is use it like a club if need be. I don't know. The worst thing was, when I was reading through Carter's journal, they had written down the thing that they'd missed most from back home. Country and Western music. It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic. Well, in lieu of an actual glass of whiskey, I guess this imaginary glass will have to do. Here's to you, Mason. Here's to you, Carter. I'm sorry. You deserved better.